Just about everything in this build was designed and built so that it could be removed with little effort. Almost everything. Cranky George has a project he wants to talk to you about. Hear him out. He wants to show you what he did. He's very proud of it. Once he gets done with that, then we'll come back. I'll give you an update. My grid floor, my 80/20, is glued down to the bare chassis floor of the van. I used 3M 5200. That is considered a permanent adhesive. It does remain flexible, but permanent. In that grid system under my floor is my radiant heat. That's all that's under there. There's no wires. To glue down this subfloor now on top of my grid, I used a product called Sikaflex. Sikaflex is semi-permanent, but also remains flexible. So I had to glue my floor down. I was a bit uneasy about that. I had to make sure there was nothing left to do under that floor. This was a commitment. I guess I have commitment issues. I don't think so. I've been with my wife since we're 16. Anyway, now I need to know where those joists are. I need to know where my tubing is because I need to attach through this floor into that grid system for my modules. I've got to lock this down so it's like a roll cage in here. How do I do that? How do I know where my tubing is? How do I know where my frame is? I'll show you what I did. I took a series of measurements in a video to myself. This exercise is to call out measurements from the furthest new piece of aluminum that I put in up behind the seats. This one is 27 and 1 2/3/8. This one is 51 and 3/8. What I did is I came off one point of reference in the van on the floor and I called out all these measurements in the video. Then I was able to transpose them to this piece of cardboard which acts as my template. So I've got measurements for my studs, and these blue marker lines represent the center point of every one of my grid studs in the floor. Obviously the red is my radiant tubing, and I've got this all measured out as to where it belongs. Then, just to double check myself, before I glued the floor down, I made a series of tick marks wherever they would be visible once the floor was glued down. Those tick marks get matched up with this template, and I've got a very precise picture of what's underneath that floor. Now I can screw and drill with confidence. Now that the floor is done, I can really make some progress. It's been over a year of design it, build it, think about it, tear it down, test it again, put it back, in, out, yes, no, up, down, no mas. Everything is settled, everything works, it's the way I want it. I'm gonna bring it all in, we're gonna tighten it down, turn the switch, and drive away. I did make one change though. Back here, I took 2 inches off the depth of my refrigerator module. And the reason I did that is because I thought it better, 27 inches in the hallway now. I thought it better to have more room here. If a couple buys this van, I want them to be able to pass one another in this hallway without any difficulty. You don't need to plan out your choreography, not in this van. This is the Class A of Class Bs. So that's why I did that. I put this a little, oh, it's just standing in right now. We didn't lock down yet because now I got to reconfigure for my refrigerator. That's right. I brought the refrigerator out. It's been in its cocoon for over a year. So I brought it out and we're going to get that baby in place and running. I have 2 of them, you know. I bought an extra one for the next van. And there will be a next van. Don't you worry. I'm thinking about a ProMaster. Anyway, back to this. The big news is, you've heard me talk about my son, the renovator in Hoboken. Well, he signed on, he's got his own shop. He's got a beautiful shop. He's going to be a furniture maker, this kid. You got to see the work he does. Actually, you're going to see the work he does because he's going to come and help me. He's coming down here to do all my fine finish work. And this kid is talented. He really is. I've got some reclaimed walnut planks. Okay, they're old walnut planks. We're going to mill them down and we're going to use them to trim out this van. There's going to be a nice ribbon of grain matched walnut all along this galley. It's going to wrap the top of the galley and the drawers will be, drawer fronts will be out of that. I've got walnut end caps he's going to do for me. There's a lot of nice little details. So I'm very lucky. I'm very thankful. How lucky am I? I get to work with my son every day. I hope we survive. I emailed Mercedes. I said, I want to speak to the engineer that designed this mat. I want to meet him face to face. I got a few things I want to discuss with him. This mat.